All right. Okay. All right, guys. We're going to listen to what Keldon Johnson had to say, okay? Some people seem to think that I hate Keldon Johnson for some reason. I don't. I like Keldon Johnson a lot. I might be a little bit harsher on him, especially since he's the longest tenured Spur. But hey, it's all out of love, man. I do like him as a person for sure. And as a personality and as a teammate. I think he's a great teammate to his guys. So, and I think he's a good leader too. So there's that. Keldon Johnson, yes, I have no idea why you said Keldon Johnson, but yeah. But yes. All right. So let's talk about Keldon Johnson. Now, before we do, if you guys would like to support the channel, there's plenty of ways to do so, but here's one in particular. So big shout out to today's sponsor and sponsor of this live stream and sponsor of this channel for the majority of the channel. For the majority of this season, the whole duration of the season even. BetUS, big shout out to them. If you guys want to try out BetUS, there's so many different things you can bet on. There's sports books, live betting. You can do football, basketball, ice hockey. If you're interested at all, link in my description. You'll receive 125% bonus. What does that mean? That means you put in $100, you get $125 to play with. So that is $225 right there, up to $2,500 on your first 3 deposits. All you have to do is use promo code JOIN125. Now, one that I found interesting, okay, is if we go here to NBA specials, because I love these NBA specials, it is Victor Wembanyama to record a quadruple double in 23-24. So if you're wondering what your odds are on that, well, if you risk 10, that is $400 right there to play with. So from there, you would just place your bets. But yeah, so put in 10, $400 is the complete winning of that. So really simple stuff. And if you are interested, link in my description. Just use promo code JOIN125. But once again, a big shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this video and this live stream.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into what Keldon Johnson had to say. All right, Keldon, what do you have to say? All right, he had a great meme for us, by the way, when he did the whole Go Spurs Go thing during the end of the game. So let's see what he has to say, though.
Hey, Taylor.
What was the feeling like just to pull that one out the way you did with the down to the wire overtime and all that stuff?
It definitely feel good to close out games, and we came back from a deficit.
Love you, Clan. I just saw that. Love you too, man.
We stayed together, and they went into overtime, and we still pulled it out. So, I was happy. I feel like it was a really good win. So.
You guys were down by 10, and then Jeremy drew the flagrant foul on Sharp. That ended up being a 5-point possession. Do you feel like that was a big momentum switch shift at that moment?
I guess you could say that we gained some momentum. It kind of, put us on edge a little bit, and then, we just turned it up from there.
Pop said coming back from the stomach bug last game, you might have been a little sluggish, but what about tonight?
He's like, nah, man, Pop don't know what he's talking about. Pop old. That's what Keldon's going to say. Watch.
Back to full energy.
No, I was ready to go tonight. Definitely first game back, that first half.
He didn't say what I thought he was going to say.
It felt a little weird, but, there's no excuses. I feel like I went out there and played, and obviously I could have did better for my team. So tonight, I came in ready to go, locked in from the jump as soon as I touched the court, and just try to put us in the best position, do my job for my coaches and my teammates so it can put us in position to win.
How are you guys down the stretch?
I wonder if if the Spurs were to keep Keldon, I wonder if he would be better if you got better players around it. Because when he is just genuinely just doing what's asked and he's not doing too much as far as okay, now I need to create, or now instead of passing it or even thinking about passing, I'm just gonna have tunnel vision, I'm gonna take over right now. I don't know, I just wonder if he has more talent around him that he possibly wouldn't feel the need to do that. But then he's kind of done this since he was with Kentucky. I don't know, it might just be a part of his game now. I just wonder that. I think the fact that he has to lead the bench unit, which technically we really run through Zach Collins, but him having to lead an entire bench unit might be a little bit much. But hey, hands you're dealt.
Huh?
How much that Aussie crowd power you down the stretch?
Oh, it was electric, man. I mean, I feel like the past 2 years, whether we in Austin or San Antonio, you know, it's really, you know, big, and you know, they really boost us to get over that edge. And you know, I feel like every time we just step foot in.
Clan, how do I send you some dollars? I guess a super chat. I actually don't know how to super chat. I did it one time with a YouTuber a long time ago, and I don't recall what it looks like anymore. I'm sorry.
In Moody or in Frost, it's just a crazy atmosphere.
The offensive execution you guys had in overtime, when you needed big buckets, got the lob to Vic, got the layup to you. Is that a big sign of growth for this team to be able to execute in those situations?
Definitely, you know, the next step for us is just closing out games, and you know, we did that tonight, and hopefully we can build on that to finish out the season strong.
Keldon, you mentioned closing out games and of that nature. How hard is it, to keep your composure during these kind of tough stretches and try to?
You said Devin wasn't going to have a breakout season this year because he had last year and just didn't play enough to show it due to injury. You still feel the same way? Yeah, actually. Like, Devin was so good last year when he was actually able to, like, play. He's the same player, I think, that he was last season. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know. That's just the eye test talking right now. But yeah, I stick by that. Like, you know, technically, I guess people can see this as a breakout season because he's getting so much playing time. You're seeing it so consistently now. But Devin was way better than I thought last season. That's when I was like, what the heck? He's way better than I thought he was. I don't know. Yeah.
Keep the game close and make the right decision.
I mean, it just comes with growing as a player. I feel like, you know, I feel like coming down the stretch, I'm in the game to, you know, do my job and make the right decisions. So if my teammates open, I hit that. If I'm open, then, you know, I just try to hit the big shots. So I feel like coming down the stretch is just growth.
Don't lie. I see you super chat fresh and fit. Oh my God. Oh my God. If you know anything about me, you even keep up with this channel, you know I would hate that type of content. Disgusting, dude. Really, really just a cancer on society, those people. Oh my goodness, dude.
You know, you gotta really just be in those moments, and that's when the team really comes together.
Is Victor sort of taking a leadership role with the team? Do you see him kind of growing comfortable with that?
Oh wait, didn't McCann said like these are Hayden teammates, right? Like he said like all of them Hayden. So let's see if Keldon, look at his facial expression. He hates the thought of Wemby being a leader on this team. Yeah, he just hates it. He hates them so much. He hates Wemby so much. That's why he doesn't give him the ball, because he hates him.
I mean, Victor's Victor. You know, we have leaders on the team, and you know, he leads in his own way. Sometimes it's vocal, sometimes, you know, it's in other ways. But he's definitely one of the leaders on the team.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, I actually didn't like that. Like, unironically, I was joking at first. I actually didn't care for that answer. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being petty. Is that just me being petty, not liking that answer? I want to know what chat. I don't want to put anything in your head. Yeah, I was being super sarcastic before, but now it's like I didn't really like that answer. How do you guys feel about the answer? Like, the question is, how do you feel about Wemby being the leader of this team? And he's kind of like, we got a lot of leaders on this team. I don't know, dude. I want to make sure I'm not, because I'm going to upload this video, and I know whenever it uploads, I'm sure the comments are going to go crazy. So I'm genuinely not trying to be a jerk here. Wemby, I'll give you my opinion, all right? From the outside looking in, Wemby isn't just one of the leaders. He's the leader of this team. I could be being petty. That's the thing. That's why I'm really leaving it up to other people to say how they felt about that comment. It's fine. Maybe it's just because I think so differently than this. Yeah, there's guys on the team that has leadership skills, right? Like, I think Keldon has leadership skills, right? I get it. I think Zach Collins has leadership skills. He has some leadership qualities. But to just be like, yeah, we got a lot of leaders. No, Wemby's the leader. Stupid to ask. Okay, maybe it was a dumb question then. Like, it was like no, you think it was no good way of answering it? Hold on, let's listen to it again.
We have I just try to hit the big shot. So I feel like
Is Victor sort of taking a leadership role with the team? Did you see him kind of growing comfortable with that?
Victor's Victor.
Wemby okay, hold on, one more time. Sorry.
Coming down the stretch is just growth. You gotta really just be in those moments, and that's when the team really comes together.
Is Victor sort of taking a leadership role with the team? Did you see him kind of growing comfortable with that?
Is Wemby taking the leadership role, and do you see him becoming comfortable with that?
Victor's Victor. We have leaders on the team, and he leads in his own way. Sometimes it's vocal, sometimes it's in other ways, but he's definitely one of the leaders on the team.
Thanks, Coach.
I don't know. I have no idea how to read this. Either you could just be looking way too into it to the point where it's just ridiculous to think he meant anything harmful from it, because I don't think he did. But then it's just, I don't know. I'm leaning closer to the side of a little oblivious. I don't know. Let me see. Let me read some of these comments. Seems like an odd response. He's well-spoken, so I feel like he could have chose better words to not sort of bring down the idea of Wemby being a leader. Yeah, it was just kind of like, yeah, look, Victor's Victor. We have a lot of leaders. I don't know. Seems like that what we call delusion. He should know Spurs going to build around him and for him because it's his team. Well, it's like, it's obvious. Like, it's Wemby's team. Wemby's the leader of the team. I don't know. Let's see. Wemby said he leads by example. Okay. Not fully yet, but everyone know and should know he is the numero uno of the Spurs. He didn't deny Wemby being a leader. Don't think it's all bad. Okay. Wemby's still developing. He's probably established his leadership eventually. Okay. Ruru said nothing to read. He said Vic is Vic, but there are other leaders on the team. Okay. Like I said, you can read it where it's like, it's not that big a deal. You look ridiculous reading too into it. And I initially read it as, okay, that's a little, I mean, the question is focused in on Wemby. I don't know. You guys are right. I will give him the benefit of the doubt, and I will be charitable because Keldon Johnson is like a great guy, it seems. And he doesn't bring down his teammates or anything. And he's a good leader. So I don't think, maybe it was more of a propping up guys on the team for their leadership rather than bringing down Wemby for his, But in my personal opinion, Wemby is by far the leader of this team. Like, easily the leader of this team. Ruru said Duncan was Duncan, but we still had other leaders on the team. No, Ruru. Everybody would just say Duncan's the leader of that team. I don't know if people would have. Like, I don't know. I don't know if anyone was like, yeah, well, Tony Parker's a leader, and Manu's a leader, and Patty's a leader. It's like, well, yeah, they have leadership qualities, but like, the leader of the team was Duncan. He's the one that kept everything together, by far. I don't know if they would have. I don't know if I can imagine Tony Parker, like they asking Tony Parker like about Duncan being the leader, and he's like, yeah, we have lots of leaders on this team. I don't know if he would have said that. I don't know. It's Duncan. But then again, don't want to look too far into it. It's whatever. It's probably not that big a deal. To be honest, it took Duncan a few years to establish his leadership when he came in, since we had Robinson, Avery Johnson, etc. Oh, well, Avery Johnson was the initial leader of that team, for sure. I don't know. What is a leader? I guess I just see it as like somebody that you completely like lean on for emotional encouragement, basketball wise. I don't know. Like the pinnacle, like he's the pillar. He's the pillar, makes everything go, right? I personally don't care for the whole like we have plenty of leaders thing, because I mean you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen, right? Like there's one person that cooks and everyone else kind of get in line. They can be leaders in their own right where they're helping each other out or whatnot. But like it'll be like looking at the Chicago Bulls and saying, yeah, there was Jordan, but then you had like other leaders. You know? Like you had Jordan, but everybody is plenty of leaders. Like, yeah, you had leaders. Like I think Steve Kerr, I mean, obviously now you can see it. Like Steve Kerr is a good leader, right? He has leadership qualities, but Jordan is the leader. He's the guy, right? When you got there, he's the guy. I guess I would see Avery Johnson as that because he was, you know, maybe he wasn't the most talented, you know, on the team, but he was by far the one that kept everything together. He was kind of the pillar of that team when Duncan was there. Reminds me of the time Pop said Kawhi wasn't a leader and he got pissed. Kawhi didn't really, I don't know. Kawhi was stupid talented, but yeah, as far as like him being a pillar, I don't know. And that last, I mean, let's be real, like as far as is he a leader or not? I mean, he showed he was not. The way he went out, he was not the leader of that team. I don't know. And you know, it's all arbitrary too, you know. Like I said, I'm probably looking too far into it. It's whatever. I completely agree with you, Clan, but the best player isn't always the leader, etc. Kawhi. Well, example Kawhi. Well, that's what I said. I said every I don't know. It's arbitrary. Keldon saying this kind of shows why he'll run in the paint with 3 men in there because he thinks he's also a leader. He's a leader, but yeah, he's not. Yeah. The ones who don't accept the Wemby is the leader of the team will show them. There's a difference. Personality and character differs. People also see leadership differently from the outside as well. It's nuanced. That's true. That's true. It's not like I said, that's what I was saying, it's arbitrary, right? Like there's no one definition to go by. You know, it's like it's a technicality for me, right? Like I do think that the Spurs have a multitude of leaders. Like I can say Popovich is the leader of the team. And you could say Keldon's the leader of the team. Zach Collins is the leader of the team. I guess I'm just kind of I'm looking at it as more of an amalgamation of so many other things that you bring, and that kind of where I say, okay, that's the leader of the team. And I don't know. I guess you don't have to necessarily be the best player on the team, but it kind of helps. Like, for instance, if you look at the Minnesota Timberwolves, like Anthony Edwards is the best player on the team. Is he the leader? Is he the heart? Is he what keeps everything together? I don't know. Unironically, it might be Kyle Anderson. Like, I know that's crazy, but it might be Kyle Anderson. My cat is all. What are you doing, girl? Oh, she gonna scratch me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Girl, see what you did? You saw what you did? Oh, now she wanna cuddle. She's like, Mika said, yeah. She's pulling on my shirt. Oh my goodness. Okay. You okay? Okay. Mix our leader, Clan, isn't exactly. She brings so much to these streams, don't you, girl? What's your opinion? What's a leader? What do you think a leader is? What do you think a leader is? Is Keldon Johnson a leader? Is he the leader of the Spurs? All hail Mikasa. Yes. All hail Mikasa. Tim was the perfect leader. He was. He was the leader of that team after a while. Oh my goodness. She's like attacking me. She's like, oh gosh, don't lick me. Oh, she's licking me. You're a dog. Coyote? Yes, Coyote's the leader of the team.
BetUS, America's favorite sportsbook and casino. Live betting and racebook. We're celebrating 30 years with a historic offer. A 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. Plus 10% gambler's insurance. Get started today. BetUS, where the game begins.